Hey guys, we're going to get to the show in just a minute. But for right now, I want to talk to you about one of our sponsors. Sometimes when you're driving on the road, you start hearing that thudding going on, maybe that oil change light comes on, you think, oh shit, what am I going to do? That's when you should reach out to Action Automotive. Located in St. Robert, Missouri at 128 April Drive, Action Automotive is your place to go for everything from oil changes to engine and transmission swaps. I know personally the owners, Caitlin and Evan York, who are two wonderful people from my hometown, and they just had their newborn baby. They're open from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. If you got that oil light on, you're thinking about getting, it's time to switch out that 250,000 mile transmission on that square body you got going on. These are the guys you want to go to, okay? Reach out to them. That's Action Automotive in St. Robert, Missouri, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Hey, guys, another person I want to talk about before we start the show is Eric Vierhoff, who runs a really awesome business called Sun Stoppers out of Columbia, Missouri. If you're driving down the road and that sun's hitting your eyes like crazy and you're thinking, damn, I got to get some shades going on, look no further than Sun Stoppers, where they do everything from auto, home, and commercial window tinting to ceramic coating and detail. They even offer discounts for military, EMTs, firefighters, nurses, doctors, and teachers. This is awesome that they're out there supporting their community like that. For people that are giving so much, they're giving a whole lot back. Okay, they're located up there in Columbia, 1313 Grand Avenue, Suite B. They're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Okay, Eric, I known him for years. Great dude, easy to work with. Okay, go there for all that that tinting needs, from auto to home and commercial. All right, thank you guys so much. Oh, that's the best sound ever started with. All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. With you is Ben. You're on Benny and the Guest. I got my guest here. Real pleasure for you guys tonight. I got Dakotah Williamson himself. What's up, Dakotah?
Hey, what's going on?
Yes.
What is going on? I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Dakotah is one of my brothers from when I was younger. We temporarily lived together when we were struggling. We remained friends throughout. The good part about Dakotah, we kind of picked up, like we never left. It was really nice. We've been bullshitting here. We should have been recording about an hour ago, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Dakotah, I'm so excited to have you on, man.
Yeah,
because I think what I look for now when I have friends, when I go to parties, I look for people who have conversations with me the same way we used to. Like all the fucking time. Like I don't want to talk about your new features on your Ford Fusion. Right. I want to talk about like what you think about the world. Like we were just talking about the zeitgeist, this shit, and like what was the other one?
Different conspiracies for sure.
Yeah.
Like how the pyramids and the Sphinx.
Oh yeah,
and how,
yeah.
They might
yeah,
have been
the
here,
younger dryas theory. That's what we're talking about.
They've been here a little longer than
what makes sense.
Say.
Yeah.
Right.
And we also, me and Dakotah talked about, the actual struggles in life. A lot of people that get together and they talk about how good their life's going. Me and Dakotah talked about how bad our lives are going. So it was like, it was nice to get somebody that like, they're not negatively opinionating you. They're just like, hey man, this shit gets real sometimes. Yeah, dude, This shit does get real. This sucks. Yeah, dude. Okay. Now let's talk about good shit too. Yeah. But it was fun. I continue to, I think before we get into Dakotah and his life, cause he's lived a one, Dakotah, I just want to point out that, when I talk to people, I try to bring the energy at work. Sometimes I get really tired, and I always remember like me and you'd be sitting around and you would just have these like spouts of being like, whoa, let's fucking go. Like just doing shit. And I'd be like, man, he's got the energy out of nowhere. And I try to keep that now. Like when everybody's down and stuff, like I like at least try sometimes to get that energy flowing. I got that from you, man.
Yeah.
So
you got to be able to whistle while you work.
100%, dude.
Sure.
Yes.
Or you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And you'll still hate it a little bit, but that energy flowing, it gets you not as upset all the time.
Yeah. And if it's a ridiculous situation, it makes you laugh through the ridiculous situation.
100.
Like, well, this is silly, and it's gonna be silly, you know. Like now, what I do for a living is siding and exteriors. So, I'm on a walkboard the majority of my day, 2 stories in the air, and if something's weird or if somebody's not feeling being up there, it's like, hey, buddy, you're gonna make it down. You made it down every time. Like, it's okay. Don't lock up. I need you to be here right now. Like, what are you doing? But we were doing a bunch of work off of ladders, and I found out that I'm really good at talking people out of being terrified when they're 30 feet in the air.
Oh, when they're scared and
When
stuff.
they're terrified and locked up and they can't move. And you just got to be like, hey, man, hey, it's okay. Hey, don't even listen to what they're saying on the ground, because I don't have the time. I just do what I'm doing up here. You know? I was like, I'm going to get down and I'm going to go home at the end of the day. So whatever you got to do to make sure that you also get to go home at the end of the day, I'm going to follow your lead, because if you mess up, it could take me with it, or my fingers or anything.
Yeah.
We're doing metal. And it was just like, please don't drop that metal, man. And if you think you're going to, please just yell that you're going to.
Yeah, say something.
Because we got guys down below us, and my fingers are wet. So please, you're going to slice my fingers off. But everybody who locked up, I got them off of there. And then I work for really good people, so I was up there with my boss, same situation, 2 ladders, and I'm usually really good up there, kind of a little more than I should be. Like upstairs, I'm fit for being in the position I'm in, you know, to be the climber.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
But I had something fall in my eye, and I thought it was a piece of metal. And so
man.
I couldn't see, I couldn't blink, I couldn't move, and I bear hugged my ladder, and my boss was like, get down. I was like, hey man, I can't. He's like, you need to get down right now. And I said, Curtis,
I can't fucking see.
and I said it as calm as possible. I was like, Curtis, I can't move. I'm stuck here. I can't see, and there's something in my eye. And he literally said, let me see. He said, open your eye. And I spread my eye open, and he got it out for me.
Shit.
He got it out for me. And then,
Some guys don't wear capes.
right, you know, and then I had to do that for him the next week. It
Oh,
was like
really?
The following week, he had something get in his eye, and I said, hey, dude, just stop.
Bro, eye pain's the scariest thing in the world.
It doesn't matter who you are.
No, dude, it fucking sucks. Because you think you can't see again.
Ever.
Or something terrible. Like, you're like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
St. Elizabeth, the Beckman Bridge.
Yeah.
Is that in St. Elizabeth?
Yeah.
We were jumping off of the cliff.
Of course you were. You
Yeah.
fuck.
We were jumping off the
Yes.
cliff. We had motorcycle handlebars attached to 2 tow straps attached to the bridge. And I had been drinking a little bit, guilty.
Uh-huh.
And this is like the 3rd time off. And the last time I really didn't even make it with the
To
shit in my
to the
hand.
shit,
I made it to
yeah,
the
yeah.
water for sure. But this last time I thought, all right, cool, I'm doing it. I jumped off and my feet skimmed the water, and it skipped like a skipping stone across there with my face.
Oh, my God.
It just slapped me down, and I thought, when I was in the water, I was like, I'm blind. I can't see. It hurts so bad I can't see. I'm never going to be able to see. Came out of the water. Everything was just really foggy and hazy, but my sight came back. But
Yeah.
When you're in the middle of it, you're like, I'm blind. Yeah, like you said, I'm blind. I'm never going to see again. Ever.
All right. God damn. I'm never going to see. Dude, I've had that pain so many times where I'm like, I'm never going to fucking see again. All right. We're going to go into it now. Dakotah, tell the people, just kind of go over a little bit, you know. You can give as much as you want or as little as you want, you know, where you're from, how your kind of childhood was, upbringing, and then we'll kind of stop once we get to college, because I was there with you at that point, and we can kind of go down some different. I'll have some questions at that point. I'll probably have some questions throughout, but just kind of go over what I was talking about, if you could.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm from like small towns in Missouri. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate that we know. I'm from originally Billings, Missouri, which is a small little town. I was born in Springfield, but raised in Billings. I say raised, but I moved around a lot. So I moved from there to like Republic, Missouri, and then Springfield. I lived in Springfield while I was in like 3rd grade. Went back to Billings for a second while I was in 3rd grade. Went back to Springfield. Went to Tennessee. Kansas.
Oh, you went to Kansas. I remember that
I went
part.
to Kansas in 3rd grade. Went to Tennessee. Was in Tennessee from 3rd grade to 4th grade. In the middle of 4th grade, I moved back to Kansas.
God,
it's like it's ridiculous. And then moved to another school in Kansas. It was finally cool. Went to like Rolling Ridge Elementary School is where I would consider my elementary school I graduated from. You know what I mean? I moved on from there. While I was there, my father like passed away. And so that's kind of how like that went for me. That was 5th grade.
Do you mind if I ask what he passed away from?
So my dad died from a drunk driving accident.
Okay.
He was on his way to my brother's wedding, my brother Tom's wedding.
Yeah.
He was going to go hang out with my Uncle Rich for the evening beforehand, and he never showed up.
Damn.
Yep. And it was like, well, for me, it was, I had 2 years with him. He had been locked up most of my life, off and on. My mom, they were separated. When I was in Tennessee, I had a stepdad, and fuck him. I don't know if I can say that. If I can say that.
100%.
But,
yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
I don't know. Yeah.
I won't name drop, but.
No, you're good. You're good. Did you find that extremely difficult as a child when you were moving all those times?
Yeah.
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 When did you start to notice it, do you think?
Like, right away.
Yeah.
Right away, because I had my best friend, Danny Carver. He was my best friend.
Yeah.
And I found him on Facebook. I think we're friends on there, but we don't really talk or anything.
Right.
It's been
20. You're different people.
Right. It's been 24 years now, but it's wild. So yeah, but right away, because then you go back and everyone's excited. When you go back to a school, everyone's excited, and then you're gone again, but nobody knows where you went. It's like, well, because they're little kids. We were little kids. Nobody knows where your little friend goes whenever he's just gone.
Well, yeah, they're still a little friend to you.
Yeah. And then I remember, so in 3rd grade at Sam Houston Elementary School in Lebanon, Tennessee, we used to freestyle on the playground. And that's where it all started. Mm-hmm. I mean, it started with like an Eminem CD when I was in 3rd grade at Bowerman in Springfield. I went to the public library and I got 2 Eminem CDs, and my mind was ruined from there. I was gone. Done.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame him for that, but that's whenever I knew that, like...
What a wild... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, good. It's good.
No, it's a wild avenue of approach that I don't think a lot of people had, whereas most people got their music from an older sibling, or I heard on the radio, or I was in a store and I heard what I wasn't supposed to, shit like that.
Yeah.
You went to the library
and they let a 3rd grader,
and they let you, and this is like a 3rd grader, so you're getting the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yep.
Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem show, maybe. I don't know which one.
There was one that had like a bunch of drugs, I think, on the cover.
Oh yeah. So I mean, like, either way though, like obviously something you're probably not supposed to be exposed to, but at this young age in a vulnerable life, and this obviously this for lack of a better term, unstable family life.
Yep.
You're exposed to it, and it kind of led you down a path.
Yeah.
Not a path, I would say. It led you down a yearning for this type of culture.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Because at the time, we were living with my Aunt Jerry in a Springfield house. We were living with my Aunt Jerry.
Aunt Jerry, we know you're listening. Okay, thank you.
Oh, R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah.
She gone.
Shit. In heaven, she's
they're all
listening.
gone.
Yeah,
yes. They all gone, damn near. But yeah, she was with some guy, and he was a drunk dickhead, and his kids were there. They were way older than me, too. And, that's how I learned how to throw beer bottle caps into the fan and watch them fucking go crazy.
Yeah.
And, but I'm sitting there listening to music, trying to figure out what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to write it all down as it goes.
Because you never heard someone talk that fast in a song before.
And for some reason, the way that he rhymes,
The flow of it.
and the flow of it felt right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I didn't realize that until I was older that I could write until I was in high school. I didn't realize I could write like that because.
Oh, you mean organically? Like your own thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
like I was exposed to metal in middle school and emo music
What
and
metal?
stuff like that.
As like metal and emo, what would you define that as?
So
Just because I know a lot of people have different opinions on it.
True. So, okay, so first, you get like you go through your Fall Out Boy. I went through a Fall Out Boy phase, which isn't metal. I went through that, which I don't know what you would really call that, but
Pop punk.
it's pop punk, and then your Blink-182.
It's
Kind
kind of deeper punk, but not punk.
Right.
I wouldn't call it punk.
Right, because now punk, I feel like it's like hardcore.
I mean,
like
punk
hardcore.
is like the bands I've heard. Rancid.
Right.
I don't even know Rancid because I have this other band named Noise. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but
I don't know.
I keep bringing him up. He was a retired NCO that I worked with.
Yeah.
He's retired now.
That's cool.
He's
Might be worth something to check out. Yeah.
He's from Tacoma, Washington, and he was in that scene. I've checked him out. He's really good. I'll give you the link later.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't put you can put Dropkick Murphys, but it's not punk. I gotta.
Well, and then you get like the Vans. Anybody who played at Vans Warped Tour, you go through. All
But
those.
people say that's all punk, and I'm like, that's not all fucking punk, dude.
Right,
A lot
no.
of that is
different.
Because a lot of people don't understand. Like the first punk band technically was like, maybe the Ramones were the biggest.
Right. I'm not for sure.
I mean, like, but then you have
Like my girlfriend's got me on the Misfits. Like I didn't realize that they like played so much like good.
the
music.
Misfits were probably the first
But
one.
I don't know
the
if
Misfits
they're punk
were,
or if they're like
punk.
goth or like what.
No,
like
they're
she
punk.
Right. I mean,
You got Dead Kennedys, Black
Yeah.
Flag, Sex Pistols. I would say Sex Pistols were the biggest
probably.
punk band in the 80s.
Yeah.
I
have Black
no.
Flag, of course. Black Flag. I don't
Black
know why I
Flag's
didn't think
dope.
of that.
Dead Kennedys, like there's some Dead Kennedys songs that are dope.
Yeah. And then
Who sings Where Eagles Dare? Is that Misfits?
I'm not for sure. Damn.
I got something to say. I
almost
killed
sounds
your
like-
children today.
And I can't say it on this because if my girlfriend listens to this, she's gonna.
Yeah.
she's gonna-
Somebody
she
put
won't like that.
Somebody put Green Day. You got the Stooges, Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop.
I remember hearing the passenger in Dave Mears BMX or Matt Hoffman BMX.
Ooh. Throwback, dude. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, The Clash. The
Yeah.
Clash kind of were mainstream, though, because they weren't like crazy. Social Distortion. I like them
Yeah.
a lot. Bad Religion. What?
Really? I'm not
It's
sure.
It's more like rock,
Right.
metal,
But
emo,
then,
right?
But then, like when I was working with my cousin in middle school, like on my days off or whatever,
yeah.
I would be listening to Rat, like Out
Hell
of the
yeah.
Cellar.
Yeah, I
fuck
like
yeah.
Rat. But like,
He had
see,
a cassette in his truck we
th-
listened to.
this is why lists are so subjective. This is why I ask people their opinions. You got fucking like No Effects on here, which I don't really think is punk.
Right.
And then you got all our Suicidal Tendencies,
Which
is punk.
or thrash. Right.
Thrash,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a little heavier. It's heavy
not
punk.
speed metal, right?
But then you got Against Me, and I'm like, Against Me is like it's rock. It's
Right.
I would just call it rock almost.
Well, then like All That Remains, I heard them, but
Yeah.
they was the fastest double bass I've ever heard. Like I don't know what it is, but then it's quick. And then you get into Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to like Bring Me the Horizon, and then I got into like Christianity really heavy. So then I was
Oh yeah,
so
I
was
forgot.
listening. I was listening to like The Chariot, which is like they're like Norma Jean kind of, just real Clash chordy and real like
Yeah.
a bunch going on. They destroy their instruments like every set. And then
I remember when you came, people found a YouTube video of you doing like Christian I don't know if it was Christian rock or Christian poetry, but you were
Christian
doing
metal.
it. Yeah, and I was like, oh. But I came from here, so I was like, what the fuck is this? You're very eclectic, though, when it comes to music.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a front man for a metal band
Yeah,
at one
yeah.
point. I do forget that. But
Yeah.
I got to play on that same stage, basically.
But do you say hip hop is the most influential then?
Yeah, it brought me full circle with life.
Okay.
Nelly on the bus when I was 5 years old.
Uh-huh.
You know, going to kindergarten on the school bus.
It's a Missouri thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nelly's what was my first. That was the first influence, I guess, for rap or whatever you want to call it. And then Eminem, with the real Slim Shady, Please Stand Up. You know, because I was listening to NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and Britney fucking Spears. And then after that, it was like Eminem.
Well, I think you're at an age too. You were basically hitting what? I mean, you said third grade for Eminem, but really a lot of that stuff you were hitting probably in sixth grade, seventh grade, right? Or it became more. I would say maybe sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. You started switching over from the mainstream shit you heard on the radio to you're like, oh, these are the things I kind of like.
Yeah, my cousin gave me a 3 6 Mafia CD and a Bone Thug CD. Like, why would you do that?
Yes, dude.
I was in fourth grade then.
I'm going to start giving that to my kids when they're like 10.
Right.
Like, figure it out.
Yeah, like.
I need you to have the same humor as us.
With the green hat. My bad, the gray hat.
Yes.
Which hat is it, you know? Let me see your tongue. It's like, no, it's you know, and then you're like, wake up. It's the first of the month. But then you're like, you don't even know why that's so iconic until you get older and you're like, oh, fuck.
No, because it has so much meaning behind it. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like, oh, we've been waiting for it.
But it's catchy when you're a kid.
Waiting for the 15th. That's what we were waiting
for. Wake up.
Because everybody's so happy. It's the first of the month.
Yes. So you have all this music flowing through you now. You're moving still a shit ton. When did you get like, because you went to Springfield for your high school, right? All of it or no?
So I got kicked out of my middle school because I was just really hyper. Yeah. And like after my dad died, I was real like, don't talk to me like that. I'm a human. Like you can talk to me like a human. I'm not a kid, not an adult. You're not an adult to me. You're a human. Yeah. And I could tell my art teacher hadn't had a cigarette that day or for a couple hours. She was stressed out, but I didn't care because I was done with my project. I was done. I'm not doing anything else with it. So we had a big issue there, and I ended up we agreed that I'll go to a alternative school.
Go. Sorry, guys. Duke's being a dick right now.
So I went to an alternative school where I had 9 people in my grade.
Okay.
And then I moved to Springfield where I had a bunch of people in my grade in a big high school. Yeah. Scared to death. Didn't have any friends. Didn't know anybody.
Where'd you go to school?
Hillcrest High School in Springfield.
That's what it was.
Northside.
Remember everybody say, did you go to Hillcrest?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Was it because it was a shittier school, people thought, or what?
Central was really the bad one, in my opinion. I think everybody's opinion, but I mean, maybe not for people who went to Central. And
I didn't think we met a lot of people that went to Central.
No.
They weren't in college.
They did not go to.
Yes.
I didn't even meet him when I was at OTC.
I didn't know anybody that went, so I'll talk shit on Springfield High School all day.
All our friends were from St. Louis, I think. O'Fallon and like
all of ours, like dude.
Weird.
Yeah.
Or Nevada.
I won't go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
It was just like it was just crazy. Like it's me and you, these kids from the middle of fucking nowhere, and then. Where'd you go to school? Like O'Fallon, St. Louis, Fort Zumwalt West, like all this stuff.
Where'd you go to school at?
You're like, Mary's R1.
Right.
It was
like,
badass.
What is that?
It was badass.
Right.
You had to be there.
Right. And I'm like,
Hillcrest.
Hillcrest. What's that? I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I got through it. I graduated. I fucking graduated. Don't know how, but I did.
Yeah, it is a compliment now. Yeah. There's a lot of kids getting GEDs now.
But
you know.
And
nothing wrong with it. It's just like, goddamn, like the school system's fucked at this point.
It's hard to get through. People are hard to be with that long.
I think the curriculum is so insane now. It's just like what the fuck are people learning at this point? Right. That's what I worry about my kids.
You get into the workforce and you realize like, oh fuck, nobody's learning anything.
No.
And they don't even want to. It seems like sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, the willingness to learn goes away.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you see it and you're like, there's no appeal to this.
Right.
So, I don't know. So you got,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this the whole time. You got, you go to high school. How was high school for you at this point?
Okay. So high school, we start off in a home, nice house. It's me, my mom, my Aunt Jerry, and I think that's it at the time.
Is this the house that I went with you to?
No.
Or is this in Springfield?
This is in Springfield.
Okay.
And this was my freshman year. Freshman year of high school, we lived there. We have dogs, and like I think we were late on some rent or something. Instead of telling the landlord like, "Hey, we're gonna be a little late," they just never said anything, and never told them we had dogs. So we got kicked. Boom! Immediately kicked out of there. Freshman year. So there we go. We lived in a hotel, the Economy Inn on Glenstone in Springfield.
Yeah.
Across from the Walmart Supercenter.
Yep.
So here goes back to music. While we were there, I was getting more into religion. I had made a friend, Andrew Edwards. He's a great photographer now, and I think still around Springfield. And he, again, that's Andrew Edwards, because that dude, he really does kill it. And I haven't talked to him in a long time, but it'd be cool I need to holler at him probably. He let me stay with him. His family let me stay for a week just to get me out of the motel. But dude, like everyone's chain smoking. Like my cousin Timmy's in there. R.I.P. My cousin Timmy's in the bathroom for fucking 3 hours tweaking his balls off.
Jeez.
And it's like, dude, and this is normal to me. I think it's funny, because it's like what I'm used to.
But you know what sucks is that your mom, who I met only in moments, was a very nice lady.
Yeah.
Now where we're at now.
Yeah.
She was probably just doing the best she fucking could.
Absolutely.
That's the shit.
Because she wasn't in there doing the same shit he was.
No.
You know what I mean?
But as a kid, you think, why the fuck are we not in a better situation?
Right.
And you get older, you go, oh.
It makes sense.
This is why. It's because it's fucking hard.
Yeah, and the only way to really, truly live is to be somewhat communal in some way.
Yes.
Now, unless you got it figured out and you didn't fuck your life up beforehand, or you didn't get in debt, and you didn't do.
Yes,
if you set yourself up properly, then you're cool. But a lot of times, not a lot of people get that opportunity.
Poor stay poor, rich get richer.
Right.
I hate that, but like me and you, I think me and you can both attest to that.
Right.
To where like maybe not right now, we're trying to change our lives, but like it is extremely hard to pull yourself up from your social status and your economic status of where your family came from, because you never learned a lot of those tools that are necessary to get you to the next level. So when you're in your 20s, nobody in their 20s has it figured out. You're just like figuring out life. You go, oh, this is how it works.
But I remember watching Mom hustle.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
So you know the work ethic, but you don't know the tricks to get the money.
Yeah.
So now you're in your 30s and you're learning the tricks to get the money, but it's a lot slower than the people that learned it at a very, like, you're 5 steps behind.
Yep.
So, you're getting there. It's just not as quick. And it sucks. It sucks sometimes.
It does suck, damn it.
Yes, it sucks.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there, dude. Yeah. You got high school. You got the music playing. You got the fucked up shit going on.
Yeah.
You get to graduation. Okay.
Yeah.
Missouri State. I'm gonna take a break. I want to take a break real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to recording. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Hell yeah. Hey guys, if you're looking for a car, I'm going to recommend you somebody that I would reach out to myself. I'm going to talk about Jacob Cahill, who works out there at Rusty Druin Toyota. He's a sales consultant, and he offers a fun, low-pressure car buying experience. He's up there in Jefferson City, Missouri at 2105 Christie Drive. Any type of car you need, from used to new, he is the man to put you in the car. Okay, reach out to him. His number is 573-535-5656 at extension 542, or just reach out at jcahill at drewingauto.com. That's jcahill at drewingauto.com. I know the market right now, personally for me, has been very hard to negotiate. And, you got a lot of people that are really trying to put food on the table, and you can't blame them. But trust Jacob when he tells you he's trying to put you in the best car possible that you can afford. Thanks, guys. All right.
We are back.
We are back. Dakotah was just telling us, man, me and Dakotah get in these conversations outside of this, and it's just insane. I always forget how it's like the original deep conversation, dude, I had. Besides, I probably had a lot with Vince, but you're willing, you're more on the liberal side too, so it's fun to go down that side of it.
Right.
No, jumping into, you went to college, man.
Yeah.
After high school.
So I went to OTC, Ozark Technical Community College.
Yeah.
And man, that was really sucky. So I must just be a dumb fuck. I always thought, I was like, man, but I didn't think that. I was like, man, I'm smart, but I feel like I'm dumb as fuck because like I could go to school, right? But for some reason, I thought, I got my big old check, from FAFSA or student aid or whatever it was. So I went to the student bookstore just to see what was up. And the Giver was there. And I was like, I don't even need that for anything, but I'm going to buy that. You could only make one purchase without having your student ID. And I didn't know that. So instead of getting my books and everything I needed, I got the Giver.
No.
I got the Giver. Well, first day of school. And I'm like, I still don't have my ID. I've tried and tried and tried.
What's the Giver, though?
It's a really great book.
Oh, the book? Are you talking about the fucking 8th grade book?
Yeah, man. I still have it. It's the best book I've ever read.
Anyways, shit. Okay. Sorry.
I joke about it at a 4th grade reading level, but you're right. It's about an 8th,
You've kept it
about
with
an 8th grade. I have it still. It's the only thing I really...
Giver, it's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a Pulitzer Prize winner, I think.
I hope they don't take that out of schools. They probably have.
They did.
It's because it's exposing the school district for what they're really doing. But anyways, so I'm sitting there my first day of school. I show up and I'm like, hey, I don't have my ID, and they're like, oh well, no, you're not even in the system. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I go to college here. I'm registered here. I know that. I've done what I'm supposed to. So no, you need to go down here. So then they're like, well, all your information's here. It's just not saved. Well, how is it there? If it's not saved, I'm very curious, and I might just be a freshman in college, but I'm sure that doesn't make sense. And I do LSD, so I'm like, I might be a little weird. I'm like, I might be a little strange, but that doesn't sound right. And so they like get it on order. Well, okay. So then I'm waiting. Never shows up. And so I'm just sitting in my classes failing. Because I don't have books, dude. I can't study.
You can't look at anything?
Yeah, I get to use a book in school, but once I go home, I'm fucked. I don't have a book.
Damn. They wouldn't let you take it home or anything?
No, that was my first semester. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was in marching band. I was in marching band in Missouri State at Pride. Yeah, Pride band. Go Bears.
Go Bears. I still yell Go Bears.
I still love turtles. I still love turtles.
I love turtles.
Gee,
I forgot that was your fucking... Yeah, so me and Dakotah, I'll dive into that a little bit. Me and Dakotah were in this thing called the Missouri State University Pride Band, which is probably one of the biggest marching bands in the United States, and it's known very well because it's not a HBCL marching band, but it is a very good, or it was, I guess, a fucking decade ago. I mean, but it was, they did the Rose Bowl, they did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, we did America's Got Talent. All these things. There was a director there called Jerry Hoover who was very prominent, renowned for his leadership abilities, as well as Dr. Prather and I can't remember the other dude, John Sullivan, who was the color guard choreographer, basically. Choreographer, but he was also like the coordinator. Amazing. The color guard was well known for their feats, but as well as all of us marching, Dakotah was in percussion. He's a dumb stick clicker, right? He's amazing. He is a really good percussionist, and I was a tuba player, which was the coolest part of the band.
Coolest.
It was a experience because there was, I believe, when we joined, there was over 300 people in the band
total. Yeah,
like it was insane, and there was.
I don't know if that's color guard.
If with color guard,
or is that with color guard?
That should be with color guard.
That might be with color guard.
I mean, but it's insane because it was like a fraternity within the school because like everybody was so close, and then there were cliques within too. It was really weird. Like the brass hung out with the brass were known kind of like the crazier ones, and then the woodwinds were the sensible, like shy people, and the percussionists were weird as fuck.
Weird as fuck.
And
We
the
got
color
drunk
guards-
a lot.
Yes,
We
and
partied a lot.
so did the brass, though,
Yeah.
dude. Like
Yeah.
where the brass and percussionists just hung out all the time, and not even the brass, like the low brass, like tubas, trombones, and I guess saxophones, which are woodwinds, but they would hang out. And then like you got percussionists hanging out with us that were wild out, and then it was like the cheerleaders were the color guard, which like they would come to parties and it would be all like you're a freshman, you're like, ooh yeah, a bunch of the color guards coming
So
to party.
pretty. They're
Oh
so
yeah, it's cool.
pretty.
But it was like it was such a fucking thing. I don't know if anybody else ever dealt with that in college or high school. Probably not high school, the marching band being that crazy. But I'm telling you, me and Dakotah went to these like insane fucking parties, like with the band that were just.
We always had live. There was always
you
live
know?
music at the parties, live bands playing at the parties. There was like whatever that would happen
They had
at a party
themes
was
every
happening
time.
Yeah.
I mean, they made it sensible to where people paid a cover, but it wasn't a bad cover, but it was enough to cover the booze.
And yes, you would have to run sometimes to get the fuck out.
I didn't have to run too many times.
I did.
Yeah.
I guess I felt like I had to. I probably didn't have
Yeah,
to,
you
but I'm
probably
scared to
didn't
death
have
of
to,
police.
dude. Yeah.
I'm terrified of police.
It was an experience. I'll never forget the man. I pray to God I get this fuck on. Nick LaDoucher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Dakotah
awesome.
remembers him. He was fucking wild. And
Also played tuba.
Also played tuba.
Yep.
Very yeah. Pretty much looks like me. Great.
Mixed with Elroy, and I don't mean that to be. I don't mean that wrong at all. He's
know
like you and Elroy.
I can't speak good enough things about Nick, though. He was known across the group as a very nice guy. But I remember the first week. This to describe the band experience. I don't mean to hijack your shit, Dakotah.
No, let's go. It's cool,
dude. I remember we went to a party at Josh Cork's house. Remember he lived over by Katie Esherold. Remember Katie Esherold and Christine lived?
Achenbach.
Katie Achenbach. What did I say?
Eshold.
Who the fuck is that? I don't know. God damn it.
She was probably a nice lady.
Sorry, Katie Achenbach and Christine lived over there, right?
Yeah.
In this house.
Yeah.
Remember across the street there was a party?
Yeah, it was the Grand Slam.
The Grand Slam. I think there was a party there. Anyway, we go there. It's me. It's like the first week. It's me, Nick, and a couple girls we met in the dorms. We go there. Nick's super fucked up. This is the first time I ever met him.
Yeah.
We leave there. We go to Steak and Shake, which remember
God.
Steak and Shake was right up there by Taco Bell and shit. We go up there. Dude, Nick goes in the bathroom. Man, Nick, I'm sorry if people listen. I bet they're not. I don't think that many are listening. But anyway, Nick goes in the bathroom. We're waiting for him to leave. I go look. There's 5 people waiting in the Steak and Shake bathroom line, which if you've been in a Steak and Shake, there should not be 5 people waiting in line to go to the bathroom. So like I knock on the door. Nick opens it up. He's like sitting there just going, and I was like, oh, fuck. I get in there. I go, Nick, we got to go, dude. And I'm like standing him up, putting his pants on and shit. And he was like, he wasn't even taking a shit. He was just like, I don't know if he was puking or what. He was fucked up completely. And this dude's banging on the door. And I open it. And the guy goes, what's taking so long? And I go, he's fucked up. That's what the fucking problem is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I slam the door and I get him ready. We storm. The guys just give me the meanest look in the fucking world. I'm like, Nick, we got to go, okay? We pay our bill, we get the fuck out, we go back to the dorms and shit. I don't know if Nick remembers that. I don't even remember the girls we were with because like we barely knew them. But I always remember that because it was just like, what the fuck is going on at 2 a.m. on at a Steak and Shake? Like this was never high school. Like this isn't a thing,
Right.
And then it becomes all the time the dumb
Ziggy's.
shit. Yeah,
Ziggy's.
I never went to Ziggy's much.
I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this ever, but I pissed in a Ziggy's trash can in their bathroom, which is attached.
Still
to
sanitary.
It's attached to the wall. Well, and I only did it because I thought somebody was in the pisser, but they weren't.
Yeah.
The
Statute of
door was just
limitations.
shut. Right,
You're
it's
fine.
been so fucking long. Like,
Right, it's been so long,
I
dude.
wonder if it's even like
A Ziggy's.
open. Is it even a Ziggy's? It's probably another Alley Cats or something. Who the fuck knows now? Springfield. It could be anything.
So you're your first year in.
Yeah. First year in so far. But damn, I've got so many
Did
stories
you
on
get
the first year.
Well, did you get your books though?
I finally got some books halfway through the semester and tried to make up for it. I was doing all right, you know. I don't even remember. I guess I took finals. Maybe my first semester. I don't remember them.
Yeah.
And then my second semester, or like maybe I dropped out for a semester and then went back another semester.
Did you?
I don't know how it worked out. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't. Isn't it weird how it's like a fever dream?
Yeah, like I don't remember OTC really at all, other than I
Yeah.
just felt like I got fucked a lot, like, and not that, like the way we did at Missouri State.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we got fucked like by the man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like, what the hell? And I wanted to be a biology teacher, and I changed that to just a biology major, and then I haven't done anything with that since.
Yeah.
As a roofer, I've used biology a lot. You know what I mean? Really, but you try to tell a roofer. You try to tell a roofer, a grown ass man who has like, I'm missing a lot of teeth, but who's missing a bunch of teeth, and who looks you dead in the eye, and you look him in his eye and you go, hey buddy, water travels uphill, you know, like it can go backwards. And he's like, you know, I was like, you just got to use your imagination. He said, roofing ain't like that, bud. And I was just like, but it is, man. Like, you got to use your imagination.
You're trying
water goes backwards.
Dakotah. God damn it. You're doing that thing.
Yeah.
You talk to these old men like it's a problem, dude. These old men, I say that my dad's going to kill me.
He was 4 years older than me.
Yeah. But these dudes, like a lot of these guys just don't think like that. And you're like, I used to get so mad because I'd be like, how the fuck do you not have a more open mind to shit? And you realize, like, you know what, for whatever reason that person lived that life, that's their mentality.
Right.
That's not their fault, and that's not your fault.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Don't spend time thinking about it.
Right. Well, so then the first year in college, I was in drumline.
Yeah.
And then Mike Glenn made me rush a fraternity.
Mike Glenn. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that name in a while.
Mike Glenn. I've talked to him recently on Facebook.
Yeah. He's
Just
doing
randomly.
well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He was always kind of an awkward dude, but I knew he had his shit together.
He would beat some ass if he needed to.
Yeah, I heard he fought every now and then.
He was a mean guy if he needed to be. But like in drumline, like he's like, oh, do you fucking practice? Because it doesn't seem like you fucking practiced.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, oh, fuck, he's right.
Yeah.
I didn't. And he'd always be, well, anyways, so I joined the fraternity, obviously, you know, Phi Mu Alpha.
Yeah.
That was cool, you know, but.
That was a whole experience.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pledge season, like I lost my girlfriend to one of my pledge brothers who was also on drumline at the time. That was wild. It was one of our pledge brothers.
Yeah.
And it was a whole weird situation, but the whole time we were just friends through it all, even though it was weird shit that we'd feel, but we'd be like, it was weird how it all worked. And then
People get mad.
Yeah.
People get really mad.
And
Dude,
then,
shout out Casey Moffat though for
Shout
always being the most nicest dude in the fucking world.
I was gonna bring that up whenever you said something about like wondering how people aren't more open minded. It's like, well, okay, well they haven't been close to people like Casey
or
Donnie, you know, or you know me, like the parties we've been to, just some of the stuff, you know, and
Oh, hey guys, we're gonna take a real quick break just for a minute. We'll be right back. Hey guys, while we're on this break, I want to reach out. I know around this time of year, you know, it's getting cold. We got the holidays coming up, Halloween, Thanksgiving. You know what I get? It's hungry. I get those home style foods going on. And what better way to crave that than Lake's Homestead Goods? Okay, it's actually ran by my wife, Danielle, runs it off her Facebook page, or you can reach out at 417-365-4993. She makes everything from homemade bread, whether it's cinnamon raisin and white bread, to butter, homemade butter, cookies, any type of thing you can think of. She's even working on other stuff right now. Reach out. She is the one to set you up with homemade products that are good and good for you. Thanks, guys. All right, y'all, we're back. Sorry about that break. Dakotah actually got to meet my wife for the first time, which is kind of, it's interesting just because like me and Dakotah were really so close.
Yeah.
But between my life and how everything in his life, we never really were able to make it happen too often. So that was kind of a nice moment for me.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I want to ask Dakotah about this. We talked about, these hard times we had, especially like this hard time of college where you're finding out life's not that easy. College isn't as easy as high school, and bills are a real thing that you really got to figure the fuck out. In let's say from 20 to 25, what were the best lessons you took away from that time frame?
Man, from 20 to 25. Man, I worked so much.
Yeah.
And I partied so much. And I was so fucked up.
Yeah.
That I just learned how to survive.
Yeah.
Somehow. Like, I realized, I didn't have a license, man. I lost my license in 2012. And I was just like 18 or some shit, or 19.
Yeah.
I don't know how old I was. I was like 18, 19, or 20. And that sucked because then that was 2 years. I just didn't drive for 2 years. I walked and got rides.
Yeah.
And then sold my truck. And then from there, when I moved out of the house we lived in together, when I moved into my own apartment, I thought it was sweet. I'm good. But I was still working at these places that I had to work 2 jobs. I had to work, plus I sold weed till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, if I showed up to your house at 3 a.m. on foot and you didn't answer the door,
yeah,
you didn't see me again.
Yeah,
I didn't exist. I was over it, And so, and that really chapped my ass too, because it's like, man.
Well, they don't understand what you're going through, man. The work
Right.
you're putting in to do that.
Yeah, and I was hustling an ounce at a time, so I wasn't even making any money.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point, I guess. But like, so from there, then I moved out of my apartment and I was just working. I was greasy all the time. I barely showered. I was doing whatever I wanted, but I've always been a poet, like a little sucker for love. And so like I'm in the middle of this chaos and this pirate-like lifestyle that I'm living, where like I'm cooking. I thought I was one of the best cooks in town at the time. I'm pretty confident of that. I was working at Black Sheep, Burgers and Shakes there on, I think Walnut. I don't know. I think it's on Walnut.
I don't know. I mean, I've been gone so long, but yeah.
But I started working there with Phil Lehan. He taught me how to.
Oh, yeah, Phil.
He taught me how to do everything there on the grill.
Man, Phil was a character, dude.
Oh, yeah.
What a character.
Yeah. Hope he's doing good.
Yeah,
Phil,
yeah.
if you ever hear this, I hope you're doing good.
We know you're listening. Phil, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing it back. Okay. So he taught you how to cook there?
He taught me how to cook there on a flat top. I had never done it. One night with him, I knew how to do it. And then when he left, I took over, basically. I was like the lead flat top guy there, became their lead night guy. I was their closer. I always caught flack from my general manager. Hated me because she was like super power authority, liked cops. Didn't like that my eyes were always glossy and red when I came in. I smelled like alcohol. That fucker was the hardest worker in there, dude. You can't tell me I wasn't, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I plated a burger in her hand because she wouldn't get out of my way one time, and she put her hand out. So I slid 2 burgers off in her hands and went back to the grill to get more. She came up to me and she's like, "Don't ever put ready-to-eat food in my hands and whenever I don't have gloves on." It's like, "Why are you on my line without gloves on?" And then I went back to working. It's like, "Why are you bothering me?"
Yeah.
So that's how I was, I guess. And then I don't know, man, what I really learned from any of it. I don't know. I learned that you shouldn't make hot-headed decisions.
I think you develop patience.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think you got a bit of it.
Yeah.
I think you don't see it maybe, but I see it. You're a lot more patient than I remember you as.
Yeah.
Because you would get very pissed off.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Right.
Because now I'm the opposite, where I was always the really calm one, and now I'm a very pissed off person very easily. and I hate it about myself, and I wish I could redevelop those skills.
Right.
So I definitely see it, man. You're a lot more calmer. Do you you get you're working. What brought you to Jeff?
Man, so this is actually a longer story than I think Jeff City. So the Keem team, man, the Siebert brothers, Gus, Johnny, and Jesse, Coco, and then even Cece, their sister, like they let me in. I was homeless for a while in Springfield after I left my apartment. This ties right in on track. After I left my apartment, I had been skateboarding with the Keem team a little bit. We didn't call ourselves that, at first. We were just a group of guys.
Yeah, it was just a group, and then I remember that.
Okay. And people tried to tell Johnny not to say that, like that it wasn't going to be a thing or a word, but he would just say Keem, like Keem, about everything.
Yeah.
And it became a word for all things.
Said it all the fucking time, dude.
And then I became homeless, and while I was homeless, like I had it lined up where I was going to be able to sleep in all these backyards and places for my dog. Well, nobody's phone worked. It's like everybody's phone didn't work. Well, the Keem team always had my back. So I had a license, had a car, slept in it for a while out back at the place that I worked called Grad School, and then lost my license again, which I'm notorious for doing that, I guess, at this rate. And
same reason.
Right. My license has been in Jeff City longer than I have, which is kind of crazy to think that. But they used to actually send it off to Jeff City, I guess. But now I can just walk up there and get it back. Damn, I forgot where I was even at, man. So
you're living homeless and stuff.
Yeah,
and then you got the
Sieberts. Yeah, they let me.
out.
So I had a hammock, and then I would come over, and they let me sleep on the floor or the couch, and I'd wrap up in my hammock and my fitted sheet. Because when you live in a hammock, a fitted sheet it stays on you.
Yeah.
It doesn't fall off of you because you put it on your shoulders and your feet, and it stays on you, so you stay covered.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And so a few times they let me stay there. They were always coming up with an excuse to have me come skate, and I think it was because they knew I didn't have any place to go. And then one day, finally, after not being homeless anymore, I was doing okay. Me and my mother, we lived in a place. We got a place, and which she was homeless at the same time, lived in a tweaker's shed on the south side, which is like, man, well, how fucked up is this? Like, why were we living in, and why on the south side did the tweaker have the nice house, and we were living in the shed? You feel me? Like the north side, north side makes more sense. And it's usually the other way around. They're usually in the shed, so it made no sense. Because here we are, two like normies, I feel like, just fucked and just in a situation.
Yeah.
My mom couldn't keep work because technology changed. She was used to like black and green computer screen, and now she's got to type 60 words a minute. Shit, my mom sticks her fingers with a needle every day to check her blood.
Can't keep up.
Yeah, so we finally got our own place. We were doing our own thing, and then one day the Keem team, they call me up and they're like, "Hey, we have a motorcycle that came up missing. Bike's gone." Then they got a tip off the next day. I'm at work. I'm working at a pizza joint called Papa's. And they call me and they're like, "Hey, we know where the bike's at. We're going to get it right now." I'm like, what? You guys are fucking crazy. So they go to this trailer park and they yank dude off the bike. He's on the bike. They yank dude off of Coco's bike.
This Coco's bike, right? Yeah.
And then just several weeks down the road, some shit happened. I guess I really shouldn't go into too much detail, but some shit happened, and they're like, they called me and they're like, "Hey, we're moving to Jeff City," and it was Johnny. Johnny called me and he's like, "Hey, brother, we're moving. We have to move. Some stuff happened, and it's serious. So we're gonna move to be safe. Coco or Cece's gonna go stay somewhere else so that she can finish school, and we're gonna go to Jeff City, because they've been talking about moving to Jeff City, So they left like immediately, and the moment I got off the phone with Johnny, I wrote my first rap song. And it's the Keem team rap, because I just felt so deeply that I was losing my brothers. And so I wrote that song and I called Gus and I was like, "Hey, download Audacity, do your little YouTube thing and download this one song, this track. It was Mobb Deep Shook Ones Part 2. I said, download that. I'm on my way. I went to Walmart, bought a USB microphone. We put it in a box on a shelf, and we recorded it before they ever left.
Yeah.
That was my first rap song. And it was always going to be my first rap song. You know what I mean? And it's forever. It's first lyrics are, I'm Keen Team for life. You know? It's the first lyrics.
Yeah.
And so... And I did some time, you know, where some things happened where we fell apart. We didn't have much connection about for like a year or so. And then
Well, I think everybody has those instances, you know?
yeah. And then we came back and we've been kind of killing it.
Yeah.
Skate competitions. We've been doing a lot of change in the skate community. You know, Johnny's got his Johnny Rotten Egg Wax.
Yeah, he's crushing it. I just put his shit up on the last episode.
That's dope. Yeah.
I think what he's doing is awesome.
Yeah.
And
Gus too.
I wish him well.
Gus too, man. Like watching him be an influence for these young kids too, like as a mentor, a teacher, and a friend.
Gus is a Renaissance man.
Yeah. I call him like the Elder Keem. Because like that's what he is, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's like who I look up to, you know.
He's an enlightened individual.
Yeah.
If you are younger than us, you know, personally, I look to Gus for advice. I love talking to Gus, but if you are younger than us, he could be perceived easily as a father figure, a wisdom giver, a guidance counselor, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
But Gus is the truth.
Guidance counselors were very. Like if I had to go to camp again, I would want Gus to be my camp leader.
Yeah, I would want Jerry Sandusky, probably.
Who is that?
He was the coach of Penn State that touched all those kids.
Oh my god, that's so fucked up. Why'd I laugh? It's because I can't.
It's only funny because I knew you didn't know who Jerry Sandusky was, dude. No, I think
like an angel or like a virgin.
I think Gus though is, you know, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And he brought me to Eric, who was even more of like, when I talked to him, I'm like, holy shit, dude, you're a leader, like you're a leader to people, and it makes me happy to know all these people that are like stout in their fucking ways. I love it.
You need to meet Work Jones.
Work Jones. Yeah.
That is my.
Is he up in Jeff or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Work Jones.
Like I'm eclectic. He's eclectic.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He's I'd call him a hip hop artist, but man, he's so much more than that. He's like a barber.
Yeah.
He details cars. He's worked for somebody. Then he's like got waterworks detailing.
Multifaceted, dude.
Yeah. He was in the military. He's a vet. He was I think he said he served like on Air Force One.
That's a thing.
So he was up there.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s, I think, right now. You can't tell. You can't tell. He looks like he's like.
He looks young.
Looks my age.
Yeah. That's how those guys are. He's
But-
probably a Marine.
And he works. I
Yeah.
can't remember what he said he was.
Yeah. If you worked on Air Force One, probably Marine.
Yeah.
But I like that we're surrounded by these people because iron sharpens iron, you know?
Yeah.
I heard a good quote too, that if there's 3 dumbasses in the room and you're there, you're the 4th dumbass.
Yep.
But if there's 3 geniuses in the room, you're the 4th genius. So
Right.
like you surround I used to think that was stupid. I used to be like, nah, fuck that. Like
I'm me.
The degenerates. Yeah, but that's not you. You're
Right.
you're not a piece of shit.
Right.
You're not a moron. You're an interesting, smart individual, Dakotah. So like when I think about that kind of stuff, it makes me pissed off because it's like I can't stand when people judge stereotypes or one-offness type shit. It's like, no, if you look at Dakotah, what is he? He's an interesting, observational, eclectic, smart motherfucker that
Damn,
will grind anyone out of their goddamn boots. Okay? what people think they see is a stoner that don't like society.
Right.
Well, you got to dig a little deeper than that on people.
Right.
That's why I don't. You can't judge people off those first looks. You can
That's
judge
true.
a little bit. I do like to judge a little bit because I'm in the Army. Because you always judge people off of how they look, how they act towards you and stuff.
Right.
But ultimately, after a series of interactions and stuff, people are deeper than what they come off as.
Yeah.
But when I surround myself by people like you, you've met my buddy Vince and Ryan,
Yep.
Gus, Johnny. I mean, I have a small circle, and those aren't even like Gus and Johnny. I wouldn't call them my super small circle. I would call them super close acquaintances because I don't get to see them enough.
Right.
I would call Ryan and Vince my close friends.
Yep.
I would call them super close. I would call Gus and Johnny friends or acquaintances. However,
Yeah.
but people hear acquaintances and they think it's an insult.
what do you mean?
Well,
Right.
no. It's just I don't want them to think. I don't want anyone to ever think they have an obligation. Nor should I have an obligation to someone that I don't see that often.
Right.
Like it's just not fair. Like
Yeah.
me and you, like we're acquaintances.
Yeah.
And that's not an insult. You are
Colleagues at one point.
you are a brother. You will always be my brother. But
Right.
right now in this time, you are an acquaintance because
Right.
I don't see you very
It's
often.
been a long time.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
A long time. That's crazy.
But I really wish people would look at their friend groups. I don't want people to think maybe I'm not with the smartest people in the world. Well, who gives a fuck? You don't have to be the smartest people in the world. You need to be with the best people in the world.
Yeah. That fit what you got going on too.
Yeah,
You know, in a way.
in a way.
Because sometimes, well, yeah. Because if
Don't
I
alarm
guess
me, dude. It's
right.
fuck. Yeah.
if you have something going on that maybe ain't right, you don't want to be around that. You know. But But right. Well, and then about individuality too, like saying that. That's not to say that you can't be the one person in the room that's strong enough to be able to identify that the other three are in the wrong in a room too.
No, you do have to be able to tell your friends,
Yeah.
like, hey, that was kind of fucked up, or
Yeah.
what you did was wrong, or hey, man, I'm really proud of you for doing this type of shit. But are you getting enough for this? Whatever.
Right. Which I'm thankful over the years, more so over the years for that. When people start telling me shit like, hey, bro, because I was late to a tattoo appointment from a homie. And he set me straight. He said, bro, like, that's kind of fucked up. I've been ready. I've had all my stuff. I've been up. I've
Yeah.
been ready. And where are you? You know, you're not going to be here and we got to reschedule. He's like, look, dude, I'm not mad, but I hold you to a higher standard because I know you. He's like, and you're my friend. And if I don't hold you to that standard, then who am I? And it was just like, whoa. Like, whoa. That was
Yeah.
some real shit, man. Because it was just like, you know, if you say you're going to do something, you know, be on time or whatever, do it. And it's like, yeah. It's like, but I needed that.
Yeah.
I needed that from somebody.
Dude,
at that time, you know?
sometimes you need that kick in the ass
Yeah.
of being like, you know what, I'm being a fuck lately.
Yep.
I got to get my shit together.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
We're gonna get there. Me and Dakotah talked about how our lives differ right now, but we both go through struggles at this point that are hard as fuck. Cause you're like, God damn, this shit don't fucking end, and it doesn't sometimes. But like I was telling him, you know, the best quote I ever heard is the shittiest Rocky movie there is, which is Rocky Balboa. When he's talking to his son, and he's like, life doesn't care. I used to have the poster of the whole quote. It was on my wall the entire deployment, and it was like, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and get back up. That's how winning's done. That's letting people knock you down. It ain't right, and that's not you. You know,
Yeah.
people that let you, we all know those people too, that like, they think that life has just kicked them in the dick so many times that they've given up.
Right.
And you see them
I've
sometimes.
thought about it too myself. You know,
Yeah,
just
but
like, fuck, man.
But you also see those people, Dakotah, and you're like,
I can't
get over it.
God,
Like, let's go. Let's get this bread. Like,
Right.
what? You know,
even
like,
if I can't even get my own at the time, I'm
Right,
like, nah,
right.
man, all right, maybe this is an opportunity. We just get the bread. Let's go.
yes, dude. And it's so crazy because, like, I was just thinking about it before you came over. I didn't even bring this up. I always think in my mind, I look at you and I'm like, well, Dakotah's doing great. He's by himself. He has like these jobs. He's crushing it. He's trying to build his own empire with his businesses. I can respect that because I'm trying to do with this, all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm struggling over here. I wish I was in that boat. But then I know you come here and you see that what I have and you're like, well, he's crushing it. He's doing this type of shit. And you're like, everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
And no, dude, it's pretty much dead all over because we're in a recession right now. But
the Dust Bowl is coming.
Yeah.
2024
Yes.
Dust Bowl.
Yes.
Fuck a presidency.
But Dakotah, I think we got pretty far with how we're talking.
Yeah.
I got some questions.
Okay.
Because you're right at my age. We pretty much grew up with like the same type of humor a lot. I got a couple lists I want to give you, and then I got a couple questions. Okay?
I'm down. Yeah.
So list, I want top 5 serious dramas, like serious movies. Not, you can't say like, you know, Talladega Nights or Happy Gilmore shit.
Right.
Like serious movies of all time. What's your top 5?
Man, does the number 23 count?
I mean, it counts for you however the fuck you want it to.
Yeah, like the number 23.
23, you put it up there?
The Truman Show.
Okay. Damn, you're quick with this shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, those are. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're like.
You put those up there. It don't have to be a particular order, just top 5 movies. But you put Truman Show and 23 up there.
Yeah, which are both Jim Carrey movies, but they're like weird Jim Carrey movies.
They're very serious Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah.
People think Truman Show's a comedy, and it is
Right. Exactly.
depressing when you look into it.
When that can light falls. And
Man,
then
the
you
can, dude.
You start looking at the stars a little differently.
Yeah.
Man. Ooh. Now I've kind of slow. I got the first 2 out.
Yeah.
And then it gets serious.
Well, you always have a couple in your mind that you always think are just like the greatest movies.
Right, like Tombstone, but I don't know.
Oh, Tombstone.
I love that movie.
It's the ultimate dad movie, bud.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah, because first of all, it comes on. I'm going to watch the rest of the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if there's 20 minutes left
And
or 2 hours left.
I don't fall asleep during that movie.
No,
ever.
you don't fall asleep. It's the ultimate dad hack, dude.
true.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's like if you want him to stay awake till dinner's ready, put on
yes,
Tombstone.
Yes. Yes. And that teaches you how to grow a mustache. It automatically makes your mustache grow. So like me, I can't grow a beard because of the Army, right?
Right.
So all I focus on now is growing a mustache.
Oh.
And well, my dad, for one, you met my dad. Have you met my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he mustache king right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
All the way across too, wasn't it?
Right. His was handlebar. His is handlebar. Because he's a trucker now, so it really fits him well.
Nice.
It's fucking ridiculous. Me, I got to obey. It can't go past the corner of my lip. But if I trim it any closer, I look like Hitler.
Oh, damn.
So then you're like, well, fuck.
Well, what's he going for here?
But I think I'm doing okay right now. I don't look too crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I'm also, the struggle. You're blonde, so it's like it doesn't even come out in the sun
until it's long.
Yeah, then you look wild.
You're like Yosemite Sam. I need to shave again.
No, don't shave.
It's getting winter time,
bro.
Probably
full beard. I liked your full beard. Your shit's crazy.
Beard. Yeah.
Your shit's wild, dude.
And whenever I get on stage to do like hip hop performance, people are like, "What, dude? I had no idea you were a hip hop artist. We're at a rap show."
Yeah.
What do you think I was gonna do,
bro? Don't distract me. You have 2 movies left.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I said.
So we got Tombstone.
Truman Show. And
23. 23 is scary.
It's kind of scary. Psychological
twister. Yeah.
Okay.
Left hand fucked.
Yeah, backwards. Damn, this is hard.
No, it's not. Bro, think of the most serious movies you ever watched in your life.
I haven't watched a lot of movies.
Yes, you have.
I
You
know,
watched a
it's
fuck ton when I was with
I
you.
know, isn't that crazy?
We would watch movies on the fucking... It wasn't... I don't even know what we watched on. It was the PS3.
Yeah.
We would watch Netflix on.
On a PS3.
And, I mean, it was Netflix.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild to think of. I have a smart TV now. God damn, you're distracting me again.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out,
Okay,
dude.
I got it.
Two movies. What do you got?
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with another Western.
Okay.
310 to Yuma.
Okay.
Okay.
The new one, right, with Christian Bale and shit?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so that leaves me with one more.
Uh-huh.
Okay. My one last one would have to be probably Interstellar. We talked about that earlier. So
Ooh. You know, I just watched it for the first time 2 months ago.
Really? I need to rewatch it.
One of the deepest movies I've ever seen. I even learned they had debates about whether the science of it was correct. And apparently it was. 90% of the science in it is correct.
That's cool. Besides what they had to make like sci-fi.
Well, when he drops into the realm where it's a black hole, but they give him foresight into his past because they don't look at it as that because gravity works different than the whole thing, time, and then it spits him back out. Other than that, everything is correct.
Right.
Everything's correct.
That's cool.
I really enjoyed that movie though.
Yeah.
And Matthew McConaughey, you know, he's the fucking man. So
yeah.
it's like,
oh fuck, they gave me another movie too.
What do you got?
Mud.
Throw it out there.
Have
I've
you
never
seen
seen
Mud?
it. Never seen
It's
it.
with
I think Matthew McConaughey.
Is that Matthew McConaughey? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Matthew McConaughey.
That's probably why that reminded me. Yeah.
That's why you
Gosh,
said it
that's
was. You fucking.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good movie. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I won't tell you.
I think
much
my
about
mom's a huge McConaughey fan. I think
Yeah.
she's watched Mud. I'm gonna ask her about it.
it. That's good.
Yeah. You okay? You got your movies out.
Okay. Yeah, we're there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Now you got excluding your what's it called? Excluding your Eminem records. What are the top 5 most influential albums in your life?
That I've owned.
No.
Okay.
You list to.
The Black Sabbath album with the Children of the Grave on it.
Okay.
I wish I knew what the fuck it was.
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking
And it
about.
sucks that it's like one of my most influential ones. But
And you don't know the name of it.
Right.
You know the songs probably.
Right. Wow. Fuck, dude. Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Ooh.
That album is incredible.
Damn.
It won, I think, the Pulitzer Prize.
Are you sure is that or to kill a butterfly?
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I thought it was
Okay.
Damn.
Look.
Yeah, let's fact check that.
Yeah. Hey guys, I want to take this moment to talk to you about keeps for men. I'm just kidding. No, I'm really just trying to look up. Oh, damn, Kendrick Lamar album. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then,
Man, I don't think about that as an album too much because I focus on To Kill a Butterfly.
right.
Oh man, Damn's got Loyalty, Love, Humble, Blood, Yob, Duckworth, Element,
Duckworth is a good one. It's wild.
DNA.
DNA.
I like DNA a lot. Yeah. Man, that's wild.
DNA is good.
Dude, I Kendrick may be the most underrated artist of the 21st century.
Yeah. Like, because what? We heard him in fucking Problems, right?
Well, I heard him in Problems.
Problems.
What's Problems?
I love bad bitches, got my fucking problems.
No, no,
'Cause
no.
That's 2 Chainz.
So I heard that. I think I heard him in once again To Kill a Butterfly. To Kill a Butterfly. I don't even know what it's called. Kendrick Lamar. Dude, to Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, right.
To Pimp a Butterfly. So goddamn good. The songs on that album were when I was I heard it right before I joined the army, I heard it when I joined because I had it. So in the army, in basic, I didn't have anything. I had a radio, and then I didn't have my phone. But then in AIT, I didn't have my phone until later on.
Yeah.
So I had a radio though, and I bought CDs before we started.
Yeah.
So I had a couple CDs, but one of them was To Pimp a Butterfly. And you look at these songs, track listing. That one's bullshit. King Kunta.
Oh, yeah.
King Kunta is an amazing song. You is good. All Right. And We Gonna Be All Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Some of these I don't really remember. The Black of the Berry. The Black of the Berry was great. I love myself. The world doesn't get over like it was. I don't know. That was great. He's such like a lyrical genius. His flow is insane, and he is addressing a lot of issues that like a lot of people were really scared to at that time talk about. That was way before the big Black Lives Matter movement. That was before all these riots and shit.
Yeah,
like he was really provoking in a good way. Talk. I love Kendrick.
Yeah.
I went on a big tangent there.
Well,
sorry.
like about the rights of it all, like trying to get you to figure it out before this all happened.
Yeah. He had the ideas when they were organic. You know, it's great.
What is that, 2?
So what? You had him and who else?
Oh, shit, I don't even.
Oh, you had Kendrick Lamar's "Damn."
Damn.
The album by Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What else? Anything else?
Yeah. Watching movies with the sound off by Mac Miller.
Ooh. I never listened to albums by Mac Miller. I was just listening to singles.
So like Objects in the Mirror.
I hear a lot of his shit was just so deep and good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you loved it.
Yeah, like geez, yeah. Well, okay, so yeah, let me.
Gone too soon, man. Mac Miller.
So like, look, I mean, hold on, not this song. Let me find it. Let me find one real quick. That
it's Donald Trump. He's just playing
sense.
Donald Trump over and over.
Right. So like this is G's, and this has his Delusional Thomas character in it too. But it's like, ignorant ass white kid, but I'm still bicycling and recycling, and I'm still eating gummy bear vitamins. All my bitches taking Vicodin, huffing nitrogen. Hyper than William's middle son since I was a little one. Moms had to put me on the Ritalin. Made a swisher run. Cracked the 40, then I lit a blunt. Told Chuck I had a couple raps, so we kicked the drums. Like he's a genius, and then he's like. He's like contagious, speaking while sedated, God shit. Make him want to add a couple pages to the Bible. I ain't got nothing left in my will except throw it all in the casket. It's mine still, you know. And he's like, I need some backpack cast raps. Took a break just to kill the game half-fast. Set some rat traps. Went to take a cat nap. Woke up through the dead bodies in the trash bags. Act polite, but I'm nasty on the mic. Your bitch don't want my dick. Then she has to be a dyke. Slap her, but she like it. Tell me, master feed me pipe. I'm the scotch on the rocks. You the Appletini type. Like,
so that's good, right? That's amazing lyrics. The problem is with all of these artists, it's not a problem. If you don't comprehend lyrics in real time as they talk that fast, you gotta listen to these songs like 5 fucking times. And then you're like, oh, that's what they're talking about. So like a lot of people who want to hear lyrics, like. A lot of me, like I am old school. I like old country where they talk the opposite, slow as fuck. Yep. So I really hear a story. True. A lot of these guys have stories, and you're like, that's amazing. I just wish I heard it earlier.
Yeah. Right.
So that's
I
the
wish
hard
it didn't
part.
take 4 times.
Right. But that's the beauty of it too, is how fast they talk is the flow. So
Right. Well, like Twista. Oh man.
Well,
Twista.
shit, dude.
Listen to the soliloquy of a trilogy. It'll be iller whenever you enter the energy
Yeah.
of it. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
yeah.
How could you dance? How could you do? Fuck,
What else
he's
you got?
crazy.
You got any more? You got any more
On
albums?
that, yeah, one more album. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket by Blink-182.
Interesting pick.
Or hold on. No,
I like
actually that's not the one. I think Dude Ranch is my favorite. But
Really?
Yeah.
Over that one? I like
Yeah,
Take
maybe.
Off Your Pants and Jacket. Number one, because the wordplay of the album is hilarious.
Right. And it's got all the iconic songs from like that time.
It does, yeah. Well, it doesn't have all. It has the ones we like. It doesn't. I mean, the one that has all of them is Enema of the State,
Okay, yeah.
which is also a ridiculous name.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Okay, I think that one might be it actually.
what
Enema of the State.
Enema of the State. They have all the hits, so they're good. It's just
Dumpweed, Adam's Song, All the Small Things,
Adam's-
Dysentery Gary, What's My Age Again? Yeah.
yep. What's my
Yeah, that's probably it.
You listed off. You listed off 3 platinum.
Let's
Platinum
go.
song.
Yeah. Then
That
you
album's a platinum album, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Double platinum, maybe triple.
Then the Afro Man album that we all listened to.
I didn't listen.
You didn't? I got it at a pawn shop when we
I
lived
know.
in Pennsylvania.
I know one Afro Man song.
Yeah, I know 2, but they sound the same. I know that Afro Man likes tall cans, and you will sink that motherfucker.
Oh, you used
beer
to
pong
say
ball.
that. Dude, you used to say that shit all the time. Afro Man loves tall cans.
Sink. Not always, but it worked a lot.
No.
So that's that for albums, I think.
Okay. Okay, I got a couple questions, and then we can kind of wrap it up, I guess,
Okay.
for today.
To be continued.
What do you think the best about the world in general? What's the best thing happening right now? And what's the worst thing happening right now?
The best thing is like interpersonal, like not even interpersonal, but like friend groups. Right now, I feel like everybody needs their friends right now. And like their friend groups really got to be there for each other. Cause like I have a feeling like if anything really was to go wrong with society, I think friend groups become tribes. Because tribes don't start off as like some weird incestual thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not one family. They're multiple families. Usually I would imagine, maybe if I do my research, but like, I feel like, you know, when you have to village up, you know, you want it to be with good people who you trust and love, you know? And so,
Yeah.
so love in your friendships and really like honing in on that lately has been incredible for me. In spite of all the chaos and all the hits and the low blows that the world gives you.
Yeah.
Having my friends has really been a huge benefit. Now, that's beautiful. That's in my immediate world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the worst thing in the world really is just that everybody is struggling harder than they've ever struggled. You know, I mean, you do the numbers and you do them in reverse, the way they make sense, where they like.
Did you
the
see
values.
gas jumped again?
Yeah.
$3.45.
Yeah.
A gallon of milk. It's I think $3.80
Almost $4.
if you get cheap milk.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Continue.
Can you imagine?
It
Can you?
pisses
Yeah,
me off.
coffee creamer's the same way. It's like, damn, that used to be
Is
$1. It used to be $1.50.
How much is it
You
now?
buy a real one. You buy a real
Like
thing
talking
of
Coffee
it.
Mate, like
Yeah.
or best choice or what?
The pourable, the liquid.
Yeah.
You buy the off-brand, and you're still pushing $2. It's like that's crazy.
Damn.
$2.50, but it's like you buy the real like Delight or whatever the hell it is.
Delight, International Delight.
Yeah, you buy that, and you're talking $4 for a normal sized jug of it.
So good though.
It's gonna be gone quick. Yeah, I know.
It's fucked up how good it is.
The cheap hazelnut be tasting like the smell of mildew.
Yeah, I don't like the hazelnut. I like the
Right.
weird flavors now.
Irish cream.
You know, there's a Fruity Pebbles one.
Oh yeah.
I really want to try it. I really want to try it.
I want to take the syrup and put it in my coffee. Or in a shake. Damn.
Have you tried weird beer? Like different beer?
Oh yeah,
Have you been to Macadoodles?
they've got everything, don't they?
I went there with my brother for his bachelor party, and all of him and his friends are buying this dumb shit. Like one guy bought a case of Keystone Light. One guy bought a case of Natter Days, and I think Brett bought a fifth of whiskey.
Yes.
Right? So I go over to that section, much like the Brown Derby, where it was like, hey, build your own you're good. Build your own 6-pack of weird beer for $10. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll try some weird shit. They got oatmeal stout, and they had a pumpkin one, pumpkin vanilla, and then they had a fruit punch one. They all this fruit punch IPA. No lie. Yeah, I do too. Okay. Yeah. No, but just to end that, like, it was just crazy. I'm like, I tried it. All my brother's buddies are like, well, what the fuck is this? I'm like, well, dude, I'm just getting shit for us to try later. Like, get the fuck out of here.
They weren't about the
hated.
mixer?
They thought it was insane.
Which one did you like the most first?
The oatmeal stout. Well, they broke 3 of them. I'll get into that later. Okay. I'll get into that later. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll wrap everything up. Okay, guys? Thanks. Hey, guys. Wanted to reach out to another friend here before we get done with this podcast. Just my buddy Johnny Siebert, okay? Real nice guy. He actually just started his own little business called Johnny Rotten's Egg Wax. Okay, if you go skating, you're going to need a little bit of wax for your board to get those moves right and everything. Sometimes with wax, we lose it along the way. With Johnny's patented egg style wax, he's actually onto something to where you can actually just take that with you instead of losing an entire box of wax. So reach out to Johnny. What he's doing is starting to grow, and it's a great product, okay, for all you skaters out there, especially after listening to this podcast. It's definitely going to be something you're going to want in your arsenal. So that's Johnny Rotten Egg Wax, which is actually his Instagram handle, or you can look up Johnny Rotten Egg Wax company site, and it'll take you right to how you can order. Reach out to him. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, we're back. We're back for short. I just wanted to wrap up with Dakotah. Dakotah, if you had advice to give to your 18-year-old self today, what would it be?
First, I'd say thank you. You know, if I ran into him somewhere, he wouldn't know me from anywhere. Or maybe he would, somehow. But I'd just be like, thank you, keep pushing, keep going. Practice more, whatever it is that you're doing, and live because it's not that serious.
Yeah.
In the end, it's not that serious.
No.
Because it just keeps coming. So you might as well live a little bit.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Just fucking send it, dude.
Right. Because I'm playing catch up right now. On like the good living, like the happy, okay living. I got to catch up because like I've been just going and going and going. Since you saw me last, I have just feels like I've just busted my ass.
Going is not bad as long as you make time for your self-recovery and what you want to do with it. I challenge me and Dakotah right now. I'm going to have Dakotah back on in 6 months. So that's March, April. That's April. In April, we're going to come back on and we're going to talk about what we're doing better in life on and what we're doing worse. Hopefully we can try to find some better stuff. Yeah. So I like what you're talking about where, it gets better. And I think me and you are in a rut right now where we think it doesn't get better. But I want to cover back our tracks and see if we're actually getting better. Because that shows progress, and I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And accountability.
Yeah. You got that. What do you got for me, man?
Man,
You've known me since I was like a 19 or 20-year-old.
right.
What do you got for me?
Man, thank you. Number one, thank you for who you are, what you've done. Thank you for your service. I know you knew me in a time when I would flip someone like you off walking down the road. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, dude, I forgot. Yeah,
I remember one
Yeah.
time. One time, I just told you I just wanted to sell weed, and you scoffed at me, and you're like, "That is just dishonest." And now it's not. So it's cool.
yeah.
Now it's not. I wanted to tell you that forever.
Yes.
Now it's an actual legal job. I have an agent ID. I'm allowed to do it. I just have to find the right venue for it. Shout out Missouri State for not paying anybody anything for selling cannabis or being knowledgeable and studying their whole life. But Ben, man, I'm proud of you, for real. You know, because we made it to here. You know, and that's one of the coolest things. You know.
Yeah.
So keep doing it. Just like I tell my 18-year-old self, I'll tell you the same thing. Just keep doing it.
It's my favorite.
Because you're going to make it. You know, you're going to do it.
Yeah. I'll get emotional. I don't want to do it. Dakotah, I can't thank you enough for coming on.
Yeah, man.
And then here in April, we'll do it again.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank
Everybody, thanks for, coming on listening again to another one of my fantastic stories on Beating the Guest. As always, take care. Subscribe, listen, and we'll see y'all next time.
All righty. Take it easy.
Guys, to end off this podcast, I just wanted to point out two of the coolest people. While they're not sponsors, they are people that what they're doing is near and dear to my heart, okay? First off, I want to talk about the bus stop, which was ran by Eric's wife, Kendall, okay? It's called the Bus Stop, and they sell coffee and gathered goods, okay? Which means she's culminating a whole lot of things, such as I've seen stickers to mugs to wicker baskets to T-shirts to a whole lot of stuff that's really like not only kitschy, but it's cool and it's good gifts. It's those kind of things, as a family you go looking for on the weekends, and you're like, that's a cool little spot. Not to mention they made it entirely out of a bus. Go check it out. You're going to love it, okay? Their hours are from on Thursday through Sunday. It's 7 to 3, and then on Monday, it's 5:30 to noon. All right, let's just talk about some of their drinks they got going. They got the white pumpkin. They got the bonfire. It's my favorite. The bonfire was amazing with what I had. They got the deer hunter, which is for these badasses around here. They got caramel apple, the nutty squirrel, the whipped vanilla chai, and a sweet leaf, as well as just regular drip coffee, which they are excellent at, and other espressos and frappes, which everybody's going to love. A whole lot of options. Get out there, get you some good coffee, try it out, okay? The next one I want to talk about is Fifth Element Tattoo. Okay, this is what, while we didn't dive into it this episode with Eric, this is his baby that he's been running actually for a couple years now. So the experience they have there, by not only by him, but one of the people he taught, Jenna, and then their new person, Jennifer, okay? All their pieces, if you look on the Facebook, they are amazing. Okay, I can't wait to go get one myself there, hopefully. It is by appointment only, okay? So if you go on their Facebook, you can literally see the link. It books right with them. It works right off a schedule. Reach out to them. Get you something going. It's not that bad, all right? But these people are actually injecting a new economy into Marys County, which I think is outstanding, okay? Thank you guys for your support, and take care.